Shall we get started, guys?
Yes.
Yes. So I see a person named Samsung here. Can you rename yourself, please? Audible? Okay, fine. So let's get started. Today's session is on data and technologies, right? Yesterday we just had a general introduction and we all know ourselves now, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Let me quickly share my screen. Please confirm if you're able to see the screen.
We can. Yes, we can see this.
You can see it, right? Let's get started. Now here, what do you want to be after learning this session? I mean, how do you want to be working as?
Data analyst.
So everyone's work is on data that you guys know it, right? Shall we first understand data? You call it data, if you call it data, anything it is. Shall we try to understand this part? Okay. When we started, tell me the definition of data. What do you mean by data? What is data? Guys, what is data?
Information. Yeah.
Okay.
Collection of data. Collection of information, sorry.
Okay. Anything else? Don't promise me that you'll be interactive, guys. And this one on mute. Okay. So you all will have that definition saying that it is collection of data and it is having some information, correct? Sorry, collection of some information, it has it, right?
Yes.
But if you come to a data analyst, you can define the data in 4 different ways. Always when you're working on, you have to observe the data in 4 different ways before starting your work. First one is obtains. That means what type of data is it containing? Next, storage. Okay, next, size. So based on the size of it, based on the storage we have, and based on the obtains, that means the text it is containing, we use the data. Clear? Is that possible?
Yes.
First tell me, what does data contain? Don't tell me information. What does that information contain? Let's go a little deep. Data contains information. What does that information contain?
Characters
Mm-hmm.
and
It may be
integers.
numbers.
Numbers, yeah.
Correct. So I'll write it like this: A to Z, 0 to 9 combination is all numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Next. What more does it contain? Will it not have special characters?
Yes.
Yes.
These things. Next.
Dashboard,
Sorry?
data dashboard,
You're saying dashboard. What does dashboard contain?
like visualizing on
What
the
does
data.
visuals? Is visuals called data, or inside the visual the text you see is called data?
Like whatever the data is having, that we can
Understand my question, Manoj. Understand my question. Visual is a data, or inside the visual, what text is there is a data. Which one is data?
inside the data.
Inside the visual, the text you have is our data, right?
Yeah,
Text is a combination of A to Z and 0 to 9 again. I didn't ask type the ways data is represented. I just told what does data contain, right?
right.
So your answer will be correct when I ask you the first one. Okay,
Okay, okay.
fine. What more does data contain? Guys, will you all purchase a 512 GB internal data, internal GB and things, right? Why? Why do you need 512 GBs, 1 TB phones? What data you will have?
Storage.
What data you will have? Why that storage? To store what data?
Images. For images, maybe.
See, they are also type of data, right?
Yes.
Images and
Images,
videos. So do you feel location-wise data is different, longitude, latitude related?
Yeah.
And anyone uses a Apple Watch here? Just any smartwatch. How does that know that you're walking? Sensors.
Sense.
Correct. Other than this, if you get to know any others, feel free to tell me. But for now, let's stop with this. Okay? Now let's talk about the size. Tell me from the very basic. First, how we start to measure the data. How do we start to measure the data?
Bits. Birds.
For bits also you have something.
0, 1.
Correct. Binary 0, 1. Right?
Yes.
After binary, is be active. This is basics. Computer science
Decimal.
students are there here. You cannot be quiet. We have bit.
Yes, ma'am.
Bytes, yes.
Bit.
Then comes bytes.
Bytes.
What is 1024? No, let's not go to 1024. What is 4 bits called?
4 bits.
Byte.
Nibble.
Correct. 4 bits is called nibble. 8 bits.
Byte.
8.
8 bits is called what?
Byte.
Byte.
Byte. Next. 1024 bytes is called
Megabyte.
that's okay. Browse. That's okay. I don't have a problem if you browse.
KB. Kilobytes.
Sure. So 1024 bytes is called KB. What is 1024 KB?
1 MB.
MB?
MB, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Megabyte. MB.
Your voice is breaking. Okay, it is MB. What is 1024 MB?
GB.
1 GB.
1 GB.
Gigabyte. Next, what is 1024 GB? Gigabyte.
1 TB.
Terabyte.
After terabyte, 1024 terabyte is
PB. Petabyte.
PB. First time when data reached
Petabyte.
petabyte is about to reach to petabytes is there we got something called Hadoop. Do you remember? Technology called Hadoop. Now they stopped using it. But do you remember that technology called Hadoop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? The other
Yes.
name for it is big data. Right? Because that was the larger size of data we had. You remember?
Yes.
Petabyte we used to call it as big data. Now petabyte is that big. Right? So let's also go next. What is 1024 PB? Exabyte.
Exabyte.
Guys, if you don't know the location of any theater, you browse it, right? Yes or no? Do you browse in Google immediately?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now browse this also and tell me the answers I'm saying you, right? Google will not sleep. It is awake 24/7. You can use it anytime. What is 1024 EB? Exabyte.
Zettabyte.
Zettabyte.
ZB. Zettabyte. What is 1024 zettabyte?
YB.
Yottabyte.
Zettabyte.
Yottabyte.
What is 1024 yottabyte?
Brontobyte.
Bronotobyte. What is 1024 bronotobyte?
Geobyte.
Geobyte.
Geo.
Okay. So like this, based on the increase in the size of data, the storage will change. And also based on your data you have, your size will change, right? Suppose you have images. Suppose you have text and this. This can be in KBs also, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But if your data is having with special characters, little increase until MB. But if you have images, definitely starts from MB. But it's a proper pixel image, right?
Yes.
Storing images and videos, MB, GB, TB, it will touch.
Yes.
Based on the data you have, the size of the data will be measured. Based on the size of data, the storage will change. Correct?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Or will you guys still store your, suppose you went to, you're at home, you just click the selfie. Can you store that in your phones? One selfie you can store in your phones, right?
Yes.
Yes. We can.
So you went for a trip. You took 50 to 100 pictures. Can you still store that in your phone?
No.
It's up to the memory of the phone, storage of the phone depends
But
upon.
still, accepted. Okay, you have iPhone with 512 GB.
Yes, we
Can
can
you store?
store.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, we can.
Yes, you can store. Now, if you have those 500 pictures with DSLR, can you store that in your phone?
No,
No, ma'am.
You can if you have a 512 actually. 512 GB is sufficient to store a DSLR pictures because DSLR pictures will be in MB mostly. Right?
Yes.
Next, you have a wedding. All the videos and images in the wedding. Can you store it in your phone?
No.
no,
To switch to what?
the GB or TV.
No, what is
GB
that
mostly.
GB or TB? I'm not asking what is the size. I'm saying where do you store?
In pen drive maybe or in CD.
Pen drive won't be
No,
sufficient
in
here until and it is 112 or 1, right?
hard disk. Hard.
Hard disks.
Yeah.
External hard disk. Or if your laptop is having 2 TB, there also you can store.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Similarly, where do you think our data is stored? First one is file format. Right?
Yes.
So can you tell me some file formats?
GPG.
Not only for
XML.
images, tell it for everything. Okay. First I'll write JPG.
Dot
Okay.
CSV.
Dot. Yes.
CSV.
Let's finish all images first. Dot .jpg, dot
JPEG,
.jpeg, dot
PNG.
.png. Next. Dot .pdf.
Yes.
Next. Dot
CSV.
.xlsx,
CSV.
dot .xls, dot .csv,
Text
etc. I'll
TXT.
write. Sorry.
TXT.
Dot .txt we will never use it as a file. It's just a storage. Dot .doc and dot okay, dot .txt can be used. Sorry. Dot .txt is fine. Dot .doc is always just for documentation. Just remember that, okay?
Got it.
Fine. Now this part is clear about what file formats we have. Now the
Yes.
same question like images. If you have a larger data, do you think, let's talk about a file. Mostly data is stored in Excel, right? Do you think
Yes.
Excel is limited or unlimited?
It's
Excel is limited or unlimited?
limited.
Limited.
What's the limit of rows if it's limited?
No,
So Excel
it's
is rows and
unlimited.
columns.
Unlimited.
Sorry?
I guess it is unlimited.
Excel is unlimited.
I
Okay.
guess.
If it's unlimited, why do we need database? You can store everything in Excels only, no? If it is unlimited. All the data of every office. Correct? Why do we have database
Yes.
and cloud? Actually, Excel is limited. All the file formats are limited. Okay. Rows wise, if you see, it accepts 1 million, approximately 1 million. It is 10,800 some number, approximately 1 million I'll write it. Okay. And columns is 16K. Got it?
Got it.
Now let's talk about an example. For example, you have NIMS hospital data. You know, all know NIMS or Gandhi, you all know?
Yes.
Gandhi hospital, everyone
Yes.
knows, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a government one. You will have multiple sections in a section and there's multiple departments in it. Each department will have minimum of 500 patients per day, correct?
Yes.
Do you think the data, if you want to analyze Gandhi hospital data for the last 6 months, do you think it will fill in, it can be sufficient in one Excel sheet?
Not possible.
No.
Definitely no, right? When it
No.
comes to something like that. So that's why we have something called database. Now give me some examples of databases.
SQL, Oracle,
1 second. Who told that SQL again today?
SQL is language.
Language.
1 second. Whose answer is
Sorry.
SQL?
uh, yes, Subramanian. This is
Did you
today
join
we joined.
yesterday's class?
No, no.
That's why you said SQL. See, everyone is correcting you. Guys, what is SQL?
It's a language.
It's a language.
Can we address it as a database?
No.
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 Fine, Subramania will never say it again. Yeah,
The language
SQL.
which is understood by database is just SQL.
It's a medium
That's
to
what we discussed
communicate with the
yesterday, right?
database.
Short
Yeah.
note. Now tell me a list of databases.
Oracle.
Oracle.
MongoDB.
Oracle is cloud. Oracle DB is database.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
MongoDB.
SQL DB
That's
can be,
not Mango. It's MongoDB.
MongoDB.
Ah.
and can we say like SQL database DB?
SQL Server.
Yes.
It is also called
MySQL.
SSMS.
MySQL.
Yes, MySQL. Teradata, anyone knows? If you're going to healthcare domain, you should know this. This stores terabytes of data and gives very good querying properties it has. Next. Don't you all know MariaDB, which is free for use? Cassandra DB, free
No.
services. Okay, fine. That's okay. Now learn it. That's okay. someone who is not aware of IT but want to go IT with experience, I'll give you a task, not only for them, everyone, if you want to really learn, collect 20 database names and the company which is providing the service. Will you do that?
Yeah, but including cloud or because
No, excluding the cloud, because we will come back
yeah,
to the cloud again.
Dataverse is the one of the cloud DB. So that's
Database is not one of the cloud.
sorry, not it.
Cloud provides databases in the background
That,
support. That also we will discuss here, okay?
okay, Dataverse, I see. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Now we have database. So these are the databases. Now, how do you talk to the data in Excel? If it is there, you can click and do Control Shift down arrow, Control Shift right arrow, Control C, copy it, pivot tables. You can do it directly with your hands, right? In Excel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in database, we cannot do that. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So database is storing the data, but how to talk to it?
Using query language.
Same thing I told you yesterday. If you are not there yesterday, so if I talk to you guys or teach this class in Tamil, will all of you understand?
No, no, no.
Malayalam?
No.
Correct.
Sorry? Manoj, you're saying something?
No.
Okay,
Like a
fine.
little bit understood.
Okay, fine. So the common language for all of you, if I teach in English, you will understand better, right?
Yes.
Similarly, database understands only language called SQL. What is full form of SQL?
Structured query
Structured
language.
query language.
Structured query language. That means it is already decided that this is the only way I will understand. That's why we have to learn what way it will understand. We don't have any other choice. If you write mistake, it will scold us. I mean, errors. Okay. Got it?
Yes.
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 That's why we have to learn its language now if you want to talk to the data in database. Clear? Now, do you think database can solve all the problems or we need cloud? Why do we need cloud?
We need cloud.
Why?
Suppose unfortunately some data is deleted from the database.
You
So
can
in the
create a
cloud,
backup of database. You have a delete query and you have a transaction on rollback options to get back the data.
yeah, cloud means any place and anywhere we will see that database. It is the we'll check
Okay,
that all the
fine.
data.
So I have a database with me called MySQL. I'm seeing it anywhere. I don't know where is the server. I'm presently in my site. I can see it. See, it is also seen from everywhere.
Free up the space.
I'm seeing from everywhere, right?
Yes.
Huh. Then what's the
But
difference?
online, like
This
suppose
is
a
also
Salesforce.
online. See, I'll show you. I'll show you. Windows R. This is services. MySQL server. See, MySQL 83 server, it's running. Automatic network service. It's on. I can also stop it. It's always online right now. I can also off it. And what's the difference?
And
What if
cost-wise
the
also,
server is down, the SQL server is down?
Clouds also will be down. Sometimes Amazon, AWS will be down. Sometimes Azure is down. They also get down because I'm in my office. No, we had an issue with Teams also. Teams is handled in a cloud. You know that? It's handled by Microsoft Cloud. There also services will be down.
But at a time that like the server, all servers will not be down, right? Some server will down, like SQL server will down, and that Oracle.
Services, say services provided by cloud. Okay, server, if you're talking, it's a database. These are all servers only.
Okay.
Okay. So the main example, I'll give you one example. Okay, we need cloud that you know. You know, where does it fail? Before telling that, I'll give you an example. If you understand that example, we will relate to it and then I'll tell you the difference between database and cloud. Okay? Now, suppose you are the younger brother of your family. Okay? Imagine this scenario. Trust me, you will understand the difference between database and cloud. Okay? You are the younger brother of your family and your sister is earning 30 lakhs per annum, or let's put 40 lakhs per annum. And your father, definitely if your sister is earning 40 lakhs, your father might earn 1 CR, okay, per annum. Clear? Now, you being the younger one with no salary, you want to purchase a chocolate. Will you go to your sister first or your father directly? Your sister can
Sister.
afford it, right?
Yes.
So, if it's a chocolate, you will go to your sister. Now, you want to purchase chocolate, ho gaya, you want to purchase a two-wheeler bicycle. You know, bicycle, right? Cycle, you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you go to your sister or father? Sister with 40
Sister.
LPA. Can she afford?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Can afford, right?
Yes.
Bike, Duke.
sister.
Grilled chicken.
Sister can still afford, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Now car.
She can afford car also even.
See, all of you stop talking, but because you're thinking that sister is not a right choice because her mouth gets yelling all the time. So let me go or not go? Go or not go, right? Because the amount is huge. Should I go there or should I come back? You have this question in your minds?
Of course,
Do you
yes.
have it? Guys, talk. I told you yesterday also, be interactive and talk. Get involved in the conversation so you will remember these examples to talk. If you want a car, will you go for a sister? Maybe if she is
Yes.
not able to afford it, she will at least ask for EMI.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Next, now you want a house.
Father.
Of course,
Father.
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 No one is even trying to say sister. It's clearly father. Right? So when I'm saying this, did you see the size of the object or the cost of the object?
Cost.
Cost.
Cost of the object.
Now
Cost of
compare the cost of the object to your size of data. Got it?
Yes.
The more the size of your data is increasing, you will start and mark in your minds to check if you have to go with database or cloud. Because the support which father gives, if you go with father for this, it's very easy work, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Here the father is cloud. Sister is database. Sister can afford, but you will have EMIs, right? Similarly, when you work with databases, it is unlimited, same like data cloud. But when you query a data, for example, I have worked it personally, I have observed it. I use Teradata for my office work, but during that, when I wrote a query, okay, when I wrote a query, in that particular query, the output was 1 lakh records. Got it? The output for the query was 1 lakh records. It gave very quick in seconds. The output I got it in very quicker in seconds. But later I wrote a query where the output is 7 lakh records. I did some pivoting in the SQL itself. Then it started buffering, like your sister buying a car with EMI. Understood? But if it's a cloud, computation wise, supports huge computations. Understood? It supports very huge computations. Got it?
yes.
Yes.
Both of them gives unlimited storage. But while working, database support in the background, what it has is very less. But cloud, they say it's an ocean because it doesn't have any limit. It can be extended anytime. And billing wise also, if you see, when you purchase a database alone, suppose if you want 50 GB, from very first month, you will start paying for 50 GB. Okay. But if you are using cloud, if you want 50 GB, but in the first month, you are using only 2 GB, you will pay only for 2 GB. And later, if your data is increasing to 5 GB next month you will pay for 5 GB. Understood how the billing will happen also in big difference?
Got it.
And your data, when you start to work, you will automatically understand, right? How larger this domain of a client is and how larger the data is going to be in future. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
We all work for money, right? Yes or no? Be genuine. Don't say
Yes.
that I cannot sit alone. I just want to spend some time. No, none of us will work for that. All of us will work for earnings only. True?
Yes.
You all agree or is there anyone no?
Of course, for money.
Exactly, right? We all definitely work for earnings only, right? If someone is giving you 5 lakh rupees per month and someone is giving you 50,000 per month, where do you go?
Obviously, 5 lakhs.
But at the same time, if he's paying you 5 lakh, work burden is also same.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll bear.
Similarly, cloud is offering you very good. Billing is also same. Got it? So based on your size of data you have in your project, we will decide to go with direct database sometimes or with cloud support databases. Clear? Did you understand the difference
Yes.
between database and cloud?
Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Security and
Yes.
cost wise. Yes.
Making some sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Now give me some examples of clouds. I want the company names as well. Let's discuss those as well so that when you go to the office, no, you are not bluffing there.
Salesforce.
Okay. Let's not go to the retails alone. You cannot use Salesforce for healthcare, right?
Okay.
That will
Amazon.
support mostly on the retail side, correct?
Azure.
Let's go with the one which is supported for all of them. Then we go to the particular ones, okay? Azure. Azure is by which cloud? Oh, sorry, which company?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Microsoft. Next cloud?
AWS.
Amazon.
AWS by
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon. Next
Google Cloud Platform.
GCP by Google. Google Cloud Platform by Google. Next. You all know IBM Watson? By IBM. And one more,
Yes.
Oracle.
Oracle.
Yeah.
Next. Now let's go. Snowflake, Salesforce, but this is only for particular domain it supports well, right? Salesforce has both storage and also some, what do you say, like application type of, correct? Okay.
Yes.
So now did you understand the difference why we want cloud and why we want database in Office Works? How do we choose whether we want database cloud? Little clarity you got compared to before and now after this session, you got little clarity on this.
Yes.
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 So based on your data you're having and based on the size of data, we will decide whether your data should be in file, database or cloud, and that will be arranged properly. Right? The one who does this work of arranging data in file, database or cloud and giving it proper to us is called data engineer. Know what designation they have? They're called data engineers. They're called cloud architect. Got it?
Yes.
Got it.
They're called cloud architects. They're also called
Data
Software
scientist.
developer is a common role also given to people. Software developer also you can call it. Cloud architect, data engineers, and DBA. Suppose if he is adjusting database properly, he is managing database, DBA, database admin. Okay. And like this, you will have multiple roles, but their work is this. And you have someone called Azure DevOps, AWS DevOps. Nowadays, you're listening that, right? Azure or AWS and DevOps,
Yes.
right? So what does this person do is they work, if it is Azure DevOps, he works on Azure Cloud. If it is AWS DevOps, he works on AWS. What is this DevOps is? You know that Azure or AWS Cloud contains multiple services inside? Yes or no?
Yes.
Suppose if you are using multiple services in this Azure or AWS, they will connect all that services to set up a flow of your work. They are called DevOps, developer operations. Got it? DevOps is not a technology. Azure and AWS are cloud technologies, but DevOps is not a technology. It's just operations. Understood?
Yes.
It will contain multiple technologies connections. So that's DevOps. Is this clear until here? Can you go to the next one? Any questions? No questions? Shall we go to the next one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Let's go back to the milk vendor examples. Do you all remember?
Yes.
Yes.
So Monday he purchased how many milk packets?
2.
Tuesday,
2.
Wednesday.
3.
Oh, you directly mugged up the data. Nice. Thursday, 2. Friday,
0.
2. Saturday he
Okay.
slept, no?
Okay. 0.
Sunday.
3.
So how many milk packets will he purchase on Monday? Again.
1.
2.
No, he will be having more milk he took on Sunday, right? That's why he will be
But
taking
Sunday
one
he
on
has to
Monday.
compensate the curd which he didn't do on Saturday, no?
To compensate, he has bought 3.
See, this is how the different ways of statistical understanding of data. Someone understands it as because he has to compensate, he has taken, and someone feels like you already have extra one, why he has to take one more.
Yes.
Right? This is how you observe the patterns in the data. Now, I'll divide this part into 2 parts. One is green, the other one is, let me give red to this. No, red is not here. Okay, blue. So what is happening in the data, which you already know? You already know what is happening in the data here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This part, you know what is happening in the data, right? Green one. So already completed one, which you already know what happened. If you're understanding what has happened, then you are a data analyst. Got it?
Yes.
Based on your understanding, if you're saying what might happen, this comes under predictions. So you're predicting what might happen, right?
Yes.
This is done by data science scientist by using algorithms. Algorithms works on statistics, observing the patterns. Got it?
Yeah. Based
Understood the
on
difference between data analyst and data scientist?
Yes.
Yes.
Can
What
you
has
repeat it?
already happened? Data analyst. The data you get in front of you, you read it. Based on your reading, what will happen in future is data science.
Got it.
Yes, any questions on this?
No.
Any questions?
Like we are predicting this one, it is a small thing that we are predicting. But when we go to the job role, how we can predict a GB of TB of data?
That you have to ask in data science course.
Okay.
I'm just giving you an understanding on data and technologies. I'm not teaching data science. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There you have algorithms to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Now, suppose data analyst. If you're analyzing, yesterday who was that telling me man force analyst? There is someone in a role man force analyst yesterday, right? In our class?
I think he's not here today.
He doesn't join.
Okay, he's not present. Fine. If you're analyzing fraud data, if you're analyzing the data, but if you're analyzing a fraud data, you're called fraud analyst. If you're analyzing credit cards, how it is handled, then you're called credit analyst. Got it? If you're
Yes.
analyzing finance data, then you're called a finance analyst. Finance analyst role is mostly available in Deloitte. They work completely on finance data. And if you're analyzing, yesterday he told, right, resources. He is resource analyst, right?
Workforce analyst.
Yeah, workforce analyst or resource analyst.
Yeah.
What does he do? Yesterday he explained, right?
Yes.
What is he doing? Why is he called workforce analyst? He's analyzing his workforce in the office base in each project, correct? Similarly, if you analyze business, you are called business analyst. But business analyst role is something different from these. Because if you're a business analyst, you will understand the client requirement. So suppose a client is coming to you and telling you, this is my business, I want a solution. Business analyst will be the person who will understand his requirements and convey it to us being the developers. He's like a bridge between the client and the developers. Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Any questions? He's like a bridge between the client and the developers. You know what does he do? He has to do a lot of documentations, FRD, SRS,
BRD, business requirement document.
exactly. BRD. He has to do all this. Why? He has to understand. Suppose the client is asking us to build a tool. So if you click there, what should happen? If you click here, what should happen? It should tell you, right? Correct or no?
Yes.
So that is functional requirement. So if you click where, what should happen? That's functional. Next, you have BRD, business requirement. So what exactly is the reason you're requiring this from us? Next, SRD, software. So if you want a solution in a software, what software you want us to use? That is software requirement document. On a simple note, I told you guys to understand. Okay. He does all this at the same time. He also will run the Scrum. Scrum in the sense, for example, client is asking us something. So we give them a timeline, correct? Suppose if you're giving 2 months time, we will finish it and give. Within 2 months, we being a humans will not definitely meet the deadline on time until and unless there is someone to push us, right?
Yeah.
He is the pushing person. He divides that 2 months into Scrum. Every week, this is your target. You have to finish the target. If you don't finish, he will be behind us. That is another work what business analysts do. Depend on the company, his roles changes like this. Clear? If someone is already working in IT, do you agree with me? Whatever I explained over as
Actually,
business analyst?
Actually,
Yes.
I am having the role of business analyst, but I am into the operations actually. Coordinate with the answer partners as well as operation managers and the developers team actually.
Based on the company, they'll change the role of a business analyst. It's very tricky to work as a business analyst. I agree with it.
Yes, yes.
And few people will tell you, if you're a business analyst, you should learn, you should also know little technologies because you're talking to developers. That is also asked in some companies. Because they talk to developers, right? Developers might bluff them if they don't know about the technology, correct? That's why
But
they're asked to know at least little about the technologies. Got it?
yes, yes.
Now, if you're analyzing this data using Python, you can also be called as Python developer. Not only based on the data you're working, designations are sometimes given based on the tool you're working also. If you're analyzing the data using Python, Python developer. If you're analyzing the data using SQL, you can be called SQL developer. And SQL developer also do DBA job. Manage the database also they will do. And if you're using Power BI to analyze the data, you're called a PBI developer. If you're using Tableau, you're called Tableau developer. But ultimately, all of you are what? Data analysts. All of you are analyzing the data. You're all data analysts. But the tool you're using and the data which you're working on also sometimes defines your designation. Got it?
Got it.
Am I clear, guys? Any questions on this part?
No.
No.
For now, it's good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
To
Okay, now
learn Power BI, to work as a Power BI developer, do we need Python even to learn? Is it
if you
compulsory?
work as a Power BI developer, what is the tool you should know?
Power BI.
Power BI and SQL.
Python is extra feature. If you have it, it's always you know what? Now because of this lot of recession times coming in going out, the more technologies you know, the better you will be placed.
Okay.
Because people don't want to take. So to write SQL queries, one SQL developer; to write Python code, one Python developer; again to write to do Power BI reports, Power BI developer. Instead of that, if you do all three works, you will be paid high and you will be the only one in the office. That's how it is nowadays in recruiting.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, the more technologies you know, the better you will have the exposure to the job openings. So you can work on any role, right? So any questions, any doubts?
Like I have a role of business analyst, and which technology I should learn.
Uh, so basically, it depends on your role. What kind of role and responsibilities you have?
Actually, my role actually the requirement gathering requirements of US healthcare database, like database. So
So
basically,
your
we are
people are using Teradata as your database?
no, there is a the US healthcare application is there. We call the facets. So we configure in that, and with help of SQL, advanced SQL.
Manoj, you didn't understand my question. They
Okay.
have data in the application. Okay, application, it will just display the data. In the
Okay.
background, that data is taken and pushed into one database. What is the database they're using? You're talking about front end. I'm talking about in the background where it is stored. In the front, you see it in the application. It will just push the data to the application. You will see it. Okay.
Okay.
In the background, this data, whenever you are calling it, it is coming to you because it is stored somewhere in the background, right?
Right.
Where is it? What is that database?
That SQL.
SQL is a language. What is the database? You're not sure?
No, cannot sure.
Yeah. Because SQL is not a database. SQL is a language which is used to communicate. Is it SQL Server, SSMS, or it is MySQL or Teradata? Mostly it should be Teradata or SQL Server for healthcare. Because
I think
I am a
SQL
subject
Server.
matter expert in US healthcare.
Okay.
Yeah. I worked on claims, adjudicated claims, direct claims,
Okay,
and
I
I
think
did work
SQL
on.
Server because no, actually through SQL Server, so actually we do put for queries and it's updates automatically into that application.
Will it work? Will it look something like this?
Oh,
That's okay. Leave it. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It looks something like that.
yeah.
Then it's SQL Server SSMS.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Fine. So you're asking what more technologies you have to learn. It
Yeah,
depends on
yeah.
your role. You're taking the requirements. Okay. Are you on the Scrum? Are you also taking the Scrum?
No, no,
You're not taking the Scrum. So are
no,
you doing a development? Did they
no,
ask
no,
you to start developing or something?
no, no.
Then don't learn anything for everything. No. So maybe project is recently started for you.
Yeah, yeah. Recently started. Just
Exactly. That's why you're not clear on what is asked. So you know
okay.
what a business analyst can learn? He can actually be asked with anything. Suppose
Yeah,
if they're
and
telling
for
you track the tickets. How many tickets are there? How many are there? If they ask you to track it, then you will be asked to learn a reporting tool so that you can track it properly. Got it?
Got it.
Understand their requirements better and better. Slowly have conversations with them. They at one point of time will give you a clarity on what is your role. Then we will decide what technologies. Okay?
Okay, okay.
Fine. I think you're.
Thank
I
you.
understood that you're
Thank
new
you.
to the project. That's why you are not able to say what they are they want because they didn't
Yes,
still convey it to you. Okay.
yes, 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 yes. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. Any other questions anyone has, guys?
No, for now.
Before the session and after the session, have you gained some knowledge spending 1 hour here?
Yeah.
The minute clarity is something you have.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, definitely.
You understood something?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I think this session was useful about data and technologies. Yes, someone is
Yeah.
asking
Yes.
something.
yes,
Brahmanyam, I think you had some understanding on database and cloud already. Did my explanation
yes, yes,
give
yes,
that
yeah,
well to the people who is very new to the technologies and doesn't know anything like layman language? Was that good?
yes, yes. I currently am working on the cloud base, so that's why.
Okay then. So that's about data and technology session, guys. Yesterday we had the general introduction, the day one session. And today we have data and technology session. I think both of them had some impact on you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow, instead of going with how to understand data, I'll include another one. Day 3 will be overview of Power BI. Similarly, how we went through brief into data and technologies, we will go through overview of Power BI tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Yesterday I just forgot to write this. Tomorrow we will learn completely on how does Power BI. What are you going to learn in Power BI? How does Power BI in general work? Is it simple to learn? What are the difficulties we will face? All this we will understand tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay then.
Devi, just a quick
Yes.
question. How many weeks is this course going to be? Like,
Okay. So I'm actually planning number of hours. So I'll take around
okay.
20 second. I will take around 20 to 23 hours
Mhm.
for SQL. Don't ask me, ma'am, do you really finish it? That I will not rush. I promise you that, but we will finish together. Okay?
Mhm.
Because we are learning all the SQL which is important for Power BI, right?
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you will have around 40 hours
Mhm.
for Power BI.
Power BI.
I mean, not
Okay.
exactly 40, 1 or 2 hours here and there.
Okay. And also, I have a quick another question too.
Mhm.
Do I get any course structure for this, or and also how you will be sharing the data, like information,
So,
regular class information?
okay. So every time there is a class, I will be noting down what we are teaching. Do you see it here?
Yeah, yeah.
Suppose you are learning an option apply. So this will
Mm-hmm.
apply the changes performed on the query to Power BI desktop. Like this, you will have notes for everything.
Okay.
These notepads will
So,
be shared to you through a classroom link, which will be created by your institute. See,
okay.
this will be the classroom, something like this.
Mhm.
Okay, if you open any classroom like this, if you go to the classwork, you will have all the modules notes. Suppose if I open Power Pivot, see you have all the notes which is taught.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
yes. Any other questions?
Not further. Thank you.
Okay, then shall we wind up for today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then if any questions, I'll be here for next 2 minutes. Please shoot out your questions. If no questions, you can feel free to leave, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
day.
Thank you. Thank you.